I'm really excited about this because I think that a lot of our listeners are into business. I think they want to start their own businesses. A lot of people, I feel like they dream about having something of their own, but they just don't know where to start. So I'm really excited to have you here to talk about that and help out a lot of people.
Sure, it's a pleasure to having me here, to have invited me here and to talk a little bit about, my background and,
Mm-hmm.
how I started the business by myself, really from
Yeah,
scratch, from really starting the papers for myself, going, offices, bureaucracy, banks, everything from scratch. So I'm very happy if I can help someone else want to start a business and to show them that it's not as easy as it can be, you can dream of, but it can be doable. If I was able to do it, everybody can do that. There is no
mm-hmm.
problem.
Definitely.
Yes, sure. Just you want to have some background on myself?
Yeah, totally. So can you tell me more about yourself?
Sure, yes, of course. My name is Mario Rossi. I come from Italian Switzerland, is, in the south of Switzerland, which is north of Italy, that's the area. And I moved here to California, about 12 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
was working for some entertainment companies in Europe, and then they moved me here in California. And then I never moved since then. 2 years ago, I decided to start my own business for many reasons, because as you said, one of the dreams of employees is to start their own business,
Yeah,
and then I started really from scratch with zero client, with no knowledge how to start a business,
yeah,
so I had to start learning how to start a business here in California. California, unfortunately, is not a very business-friendly state. Other states in the US are more business-friendly. California, there is lots of bureaucracy, lots of laws, lots of papers to be done, and it's not as easy as well, even because there are lots of taxes that you need to consider, and blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
The story short, I started from zero. I started
definitely.
knock at the door. I checked on Google. Everything was useful to me to start my own business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started looking for clients. Tricky hard part. How you connect with? First of all, I started my own business from a room from my house. Was a small room. It's different from an office. So first of all, you need to have a lots of discipline because you need to consider that it's the job. Even if you wake up, in the morning, you don't need to commute. You need to dress up. You need to consider that that's your off. One part is that you need to go out to find clients. So it means that you need to have coffee, you need to meet people. How you meet people? And that was one of the main issues. Where you meet. So you can decide either to knock door to door, to go business to business, like I did. You take a street, and you knock the business, you show services, what you can provide, how you are better than the competition. Because 99% of the businesses that you want to sell your service, most of the times they already have someone doing the same job as yours. And you need to show why you are better. Can be a better service, can be
Mm-hmm.
a better price, can be anything else. You need to show what's better, not what's worse. You need to try to sell a service. And this is the most frustrating part because at the beginning, I don't want to say 99% of the doors you knock, but most of the doors, they are not interested in your product, in your service. They say, okay, thank you very much. It's very interesting, but we already have someone else. So you don't need to get let down from this. You need to keep on doing it. You keep on trying to sell, knocking
Yeah.
doors, meeting people. Because my idea is always you knock 100 doors, one or two will open, one or two
Mm-hmm.
will be interested, and then you need to start from somewhere. And then I started selling to businesses, But my main service is selling business to business, The business to customers was limited, so it's selling business to business. How you can meet business, and this is something that I want to share with people listening to your podcast that they want to start a business. Attending Chamber of Commerce's networking event. That's really a key because in these networking events that sometimes happen 1-2 hours a month, you easily can meet in 2 hours 100-200 businesses.
Yeah.
And you can connect businesses that are looking for business or are looking for services. And most of the times, 98% of the times, they tend to prefer to do business with someone they meet. I'll give an example. Many people, they sell website. Many people sell social media marketing. But most of these people, they do on the phone. They do from elsewhere. They are not here. Or they meet the client once a month, once a year, whenever. When you are local, when you are part of a chamber of commerce, for example, or when you attend events regularly, they see a face, they see someone, and they prefer this with someone they know, they meet, that they've seen, and they know that if they have an issue, you don't reply to the phone, you can be busy. They know that they can find you in 10 days, 2 weeks at the other event, that they can talk with someone. You keep on doing. You don't need to get let down from the difficulties, because again, you knock 100 doors, 99, 98 of them, they will not open. You talk with 100 people, 97, 98, they are not interested, even if they show interest. And another suggestion that I have is, do not waste time with people that tell you no.
Yeah.
If you know, move. It's not a failure. It just is not interested. No, it's very hard. It's, you start doing with people who say, I will think about it. I will talk with my part. And then you go follow up, because there is a chance that you can get there. Someone that is no is no. But consider that, from my experience, many people that say no, they came back to me after other people referred to them. I mean, I sold service to people that were saying, maybe. Then when I provided my service to those people referred me to the people that said no, and they came to me. It was a business that acquired without investing too much time into try to turn a no into a yes. Yeah. So this is another strategy that I would like to suggest. Say no means no. So don't waste your time on no. Move on, knock another door, talk with someone else, show your service, your product, what you can do to someone else.
How important do you think it is to be grateful and celebrate the journey too?
Of course, you start with one client, and this is a big achievement, the one client. Maybe someone with 3-4 years of experience say, oh, you have only one client. One client is the big achievement, because you start. Yeah, you start. And then one client will become, as I said, the famous no that they came back to me, no clients that came back to me. There will come 3, and there will come 10, and you need a ways to celebrate these achievements. These small things led to bigger ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's a journey, it's a step by step. You need to consider that you are like a baby. Little business is like a big little baby. Little baby doesn't walk, but then after a while they start walking, and then they start running, and then they start. It's a journey. And you need to celebrate everything. Everything is like a baby. You celebrate the first birth. Yes. And this is business the same. You need to celebrate if you want to achieve big dream, because your dreams, you don't get the dreams from a day to another. It's a long journey. So even when you, at one point, even after 2-3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you think that you are failing, or you are let down, or you want to give up, always remember what is your dream.
Definitely. I think something that's really important to also add to that is like online stuff, like businesses. It's so tedious. A lot of the stuff, like especially when you're first starting, you have to do it at like detail oriented, step by step, and it takes a long time, and patience is a very important virtue. But then once you grow and you're like a year into it, or 2 years, or however long, you look back and you realize like, wow, I grew as a person a lot.
And I really underline the fact that the experience of starting your own business and all the issue, all the problems that you will see and will face during, starting your own business, they change you in a better person.
Yeah,
they change
definitely.
you in a better person. And you see things on a different perspective. I changed a lot, during the last 3-4 years. I don't want to say I'm a better person. This is not the way, but I change it. I see things differently. I'm more patient. I have a different approach to others and to life, and to everything. It's not only business, it's yourself.
Definitely. What is what is your opinion on what makes a person successful?
A person successful is someone that don't get let down, and they want to achieve their dream, so they keep on going. It's someone that has been hit 6 times and gets up 7.
Yeah.
This is hard work. It's really, you will get it. There is no way. No one in business don't have an issue. Don't get it. Don't get some problem.
Yeah.
You're successful if you move on. Maybe you don't solve the problem. Maybe you don't solve, but you move on. You keep on doing. And this is the fact what I said. You get it 6 times. You get up 7. That's success.
And I feel like a good point to add to this too is that when we are faced with challenges or maybe like failures in a sense, because nothing's ever really a failure, but when you run into things that don't work out, use that as a stepping stone to motivate and make you more inspired and figure out new things that might work instead of letting that be like, oh, I failed. Like that was just a stepping stone. That was just something to help you get even more better at what you do.
I fully agree. And yeah, you might fail, but you lose a battle, you lose a war. Failures are part of the journey. Failures are part of your growing up. So I agree with you. I see them as something that helps you to grow and then to become even more successful if you learn from your fail, and not that you leave your failures like, oh no, I failed, I cannot go on, or I cannot achieve my dreams.
Definitely. So what is a common myth about starting a business that you want to debunk?
Yes, I met lots of other business people. The myth, is that you will be successful from a day to another. That's one of the myths. It's a long journey. It's a lot of hard work, lots of patience, lots of no.
Yeah.
That's long way. You need to have a lot of patience, and you need to work really, really hard. I work about 12 hours a day. So, if you consider, 12 hours a day, let's say 5 days a week, even more. I do even 6 hours, 65 hours a week. Would be much easier, to have a job of 40 hours. That is not what I'm dreaming. It's not mine.
Yeah.
So, you need to accept this. You don't. It's not that you stay at home. No, it's even harder than the US. You need to be ready. This is why I want to share this with other people. So they know if they want to start a business, they need to be serious and they need to work hard. But then they can achieve it, because impossible is not impossible. I always say that impossible means I'm a possible. Things are possible. Are difficult, are hard. If you work hard, you can achieve.
Do you have like goals that you set and that's like that you keep in mind, and then that's why when you wake up and you work hard every day, like you work towards those goals?
Yeah. Oh yes. You have a plan. It's like project management. I don't know if some people is familiar with. So you have steps to reach your goal. It's a series of steps.
Yeah.
Again, you don't do this from a day to another. You do this in months, a week, years. Like I want to write I'm writing a new book. It took months. So every day say, okay, this day I do this other day I do that, then I do the cover, then I do the anything else. So you do every day, you do a bit of a plan to arrive to your final. And this is every day, like connecting with people. Every day you need to connect with a certain amount of people. Try to, but you don't miss that because you need to have a network and you need to go out. You're gonna stay at home. So you have steps that say, okay, yes, I attended this event, I attended this amount of events per.
I think something also important to add to that is when you go to like networking events or like conventions and you meet people who do similar things as you, it's very inspiring. And often I've had like epiphanies, like big realizations at those times. And it's also just very inspiring to be around people who do certain like similar things as you, because it makes you realize that you're not alone. There's people who face very similar challenges as you, and being with someone and being able to talk about those things that can relate to you can be very powerful.
And if I can add, it's very inspiring. Sometimes, seriously, you think to be not as good, but then you see that people are worse than you, so you feel inspired and say, oh, I do better. Because sometimes when you don't meet people that they sell the same services or you do the same stuff for yours, you cannot compare. You don't know how good or bad you are. So when you go to these networking events, as you said, conventions, so you can compare or you can learn. Maybe they face the same some issues of yours, and you say, oh wow, I didn't think about it. So you can replicate, or you can get inspiration from what they've done.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Just to add to that, I went to a podcast convention, I think like 2 weeks ago now or something, and I was listening to someone speak, and he said that most people quit podcasting after 7 episodes, and I already have 15. So that made me realize, like, wow, I'm already doing better than the majority of people. I didn't even know that. So it was like a sense of like, oh, I'm doing better than I thought I was.
That's right. Yeah, especially the podcasting. Yeah, I know that there's many people that are businesses and they give up after 6 months, 1 year, or write books. I write some books sometimes, but I don't do for profit. I do to share. Instead, some people they do for profit. They don't see after 3-4 books that they make profit and they give up.
Yeah, I that's something I've also noticed in the business industry is a lot of people they start businesses because just for profit and there's no actual heart and there's no passion involved. So it doesn't really go far and it doesn't really make it. I feel like the people that really make it are the people that put their heart and their soul into what they do because they don't see any other way.
Are the people I had people that have a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a dream, you can do. If you do only for profit, you cannot do that because too long. It's too long journey. Sometimes you don't make a profit for 1 year, 2 years. But if you have a dream, you see the big picture. You don't see the small picture. You don't see the 3 months. You don't see the 6 months.
Are there any like resources that helped you along the way? Like you mentioned Google. Is there any like books or like inspirational teachers?
Yeah, I look at I read a lot, especially on LinkedIn, and on business magazines, and I watch a lot of YouTube tutorials videos, especially motivational videos, ad videos, people that inspire, inspire. You need to be inspired, and you need. So I keep on getting updated. I keep on learning because you need to learn. You learn from everybody. You need to be like a sponge. Sometimes you see a video, you learn. Sometimes you see a video and say, okay, what is doing cannot be applied to me because I'm not that person. Or maybe say, oh yes, that's the way I should do. But yes, videos, magazine, LinkedIn, and network. You need to talk with people, even though the same area, different areas, to understand what's going on. Only meeting people, talking with people, will tell you what's going on, what people want, what people need, what are the problems.
I think something that someone told me one time that made a difference for me was that businesses is a numbers game, and the more people that you reach, the more likelihood of having success. So the more networking events, the more people you meet, the more people you reach out to, the more likelihood of succeeding.
That's, if I might say, that's right and no, because you don't need only to look at the quantity, but at quality.
Oh, definitely.
If I may say. Sometimes people that you network with, and I totally say to when you find this kind of people, are toxic. They bring drama. They bring you negative. So when you meet these people, you will find out. I always suggest not connecting with them or to eliminate them from your network. You only need to see people, successful people who wants to work together to achieve. But
definitely.
So sometimes this is why, because I've experienced, I met lots of people, but you can find unfortunately negative people, toxic people. So those people, please try, and even if you are mad, in polite way, but don't have them in your net. Don't have them influencing your path to your goal.
I think another thing to add to that is that when someone is negative to you in any way, it has a lot more to do with those people than it has to do with you, because someone could be jealous or someone could maybe want to do what you do, but they don't have the courage.
That's right. Or they don't want to work as hard as you do. So they want the easy go. They think that something can be achieved from the night to the day to the night, from a day to another. They want to work hard. Again, we come back from the working hard. They don't want, and they're just jealous, and they want to let you down because they were not successful.
Definitely. So this is my signature question. This is what I ask every podcast guest. What does the universe mean to you?
This is really a nice question. That is really signature. I want to underline that signature. And it's for me, I'm a Roman Catholic. So in my religion, the universe is the creation. It's when God created everything and created the heart and created the house. So the universe means the creation, and that we are part of the creation.
Yes.
Maybe a small part, maybe a big part. It depends from how you see that. Some people think that we are too small. I think that we are instead big in the part, because we can change the future. Our decision change everything. So universe is the creation, and it's something very deep and very hard to explain with few words. But has a deep meaning for me, really deep.
Definitely. I love that. I mean, there's always kind of varied responses, but I feel like creation is a great way to explain, well, the surface level explain of what the universe is. I think that's beautiful. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with listeners?
No, just that to the listeners, if they want to connect with me, I'm open to connect with everybody. I
Okay.
service, I'm not selling anything.
Hmm.
I just do because I believe that helping others is a nice thing, especially if they want to start a business. Sharing your experience is important. And
Hmm.
that when you share, you learn from it. So I'm totally open if they want to connect me on LinkedIn, to feel free to connect me. Feel free to try to schedule a coffee with me. Anything, if they have some
Hmm.
questions, if they want to.
So what is your do you mind sharing your name on LinkedIn and those
Yes,
kind of things?
it's very easy. It's Mario Rossi dash MBA. There my face, and there's my little line that I'm one of the worst joke teller
Hmm.
joking. So it's very easy to find me. Yes, it's Mario
So
Rossi.
yeah, so that's Mario Mario, and then Rossi Rossi
Wow.
for those. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience. I really appreciate it, and I think that this is going to help a lot of people.
No, thank you
Yeah.
for having me again, and it was an honor to be part of your podcast. And I hope that I can help. My 30 minutes could help someone else to start their own business. And to be
Yeah,
successful in this.
definitely. I think that there's a lot of people, like I said before, that want to start their business and stuff like that, but they just don't know where to start. And I think that the insight that you've given is a great place to start.
Great. And if
Yeah.
you want to contact me, connect with me again. I'm not selling a service. It's just to help them. Feel free
Hmm.
again on LinkedIn to connect with me, and we can talk. We can go through that, and I can try to help them as I can.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mario. Have a wonderful rest of your day.